Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today we're going to be looking at a comparison video of the Spyderco Salt 2 versus the Spyderco Delica. And let me take a sip of coffee really quick. This video is going to just be comparing these two. Now, naturally we have the H1 steel versus VG10. I have been told that these steels are comparable, not in performance of resisting rust, but in performance of cutting ability. So, I mean, that is fantastic. I feel like H1 gets a bad rap because it scratches easily and it doesn't hold an edge like LC200N does. But for me, I felt this was a better package than most salt knives came in. It's a little more compact, not too long, and I love the stubby blade here versus the more piercing blade. We're going to take a look here really quick on the handle, the blade shape, and you can see there's definitely a little more height to this blade, and then there's also a different kind of grind. But one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about these knives and compare them is they are both coming out of Seki City, okay? Seki City, Japan, and I just have to be very upfront with y'all about this. Seki City, I've had 3 knives from Seki City, actually 4. One doesn't really get included in here, but I had the Delica in ZDP 189, fantastic steel, wonderful. But I've already taken care of it on this one, but not this one yet. I do not know what it is, but they do not either put Loctite on it, or the Loctite they've already put on it has dried, and then they screw everything together. I was carrying my ZDP 189 Delica, and I pulled it out of my pocket, and this back screw was half out. And I'm sitting here like, what the heck? Now, also, on this one here, we're going to notice a little bit of pocket clip wiggle. I have not investigated what is doing that yet. It may be a loose screw, or maybe something has too much give there, but for a knife now that's almost $80, almost $90 actually, that's really disappointing. I didn't have that on this one. No pocket play here, but I had to put Loctite in every single one of these screws. I unscrewed all the screws, didn't disassemble the thing, but I unscrewed the screws, and I was very disappointed to see there was nothing holding this together other than the friction of the screws. And I was using this thing, and I don't have this thing, well, I do have it kind of forceful drop shut, but I was using this thing and I was like, man, the action's getting better and better and better on it. And then I'm like, oh, holy cow, it's going all over the place. It's because the screw was getting loose on me. So I've fixed that with this one. I have yet to do anything to this one, but that's just a thing. I will tell you this. I've also, now I am not doing this as a which one is better video. I'm just talking about which one, what's the differences, what do I like about one, what do I like about the other. I'm not going to be telling you right now which one you should buy. Knives are subjective to whoever wants to buy them. If you want to buy this one, buy it. If you want to buy this one, buy it. If you want to buy both, buy it. You know, I'm not doing a comparison of which one's better, but I am doing a comparison of what's different, because I have yet, but I'm sure there's one out there of a video of somebody comparing both of these. But I've seen a few where they talk about, well, I had a Delica and it was different, and then they're like, but I don't have one now. It's like, come on. So we have these side by side, but what I was going to say is that the handles are exactly the same, except there are no liners in this. And I have seen a few videos where people say, well, I'm just going to switch this out and make this one yellow and then make this one. And you can't do that. I have not tried that yet, but I'm just guessing because this has steel liners and this one is thicker. You're going to have to carry over everything over here. And I'm probably going to guarantee you the blade's a little different. I haven't done it yet to see, and I'm not going to, but I do not think these are swappable. I say just dye this the color you want, and there you have it. So, first of all, I will be very upfront with you. I like the H1 more than the VG10 one. I love the shape of this blade, but I feel in the end this is a more usable blade for a few reasons. When you want to do close-up tasks, you have a little more blade here to grip right here and to do some very close-knit cutting tasks. Whereas this one, you don't get that, and you also have this thinner, well, I'm not going to say, well, you know what? Let's just measure the dang thing. The stock here, 2.5 for the H1. The stock here, 2.3 on the Delica. So, actually, you know what? Let's do it. 2.5. 2.5. They're both the same stock, but because this starts actually getting thinner here, I feel like I've got a little bit more blade, and this edge here kind of feels better in the hand for choking up and doing some very concentrated cutting tasks versus this one. I don't really have a grip on it, and that's one of the things I like about it. Also, that it's completely rust proof. You're not going to have to worry about it. I was very curious about the insignia of the H1 because nobody does a really detailed shot of this, so I am. But I want you guys to see that the H1 it's not really even etched there. I mean, it's so faintly etched on there. Like, it's not deep, and it's the same goes for the Spyderco H1. And I've been noticing that they just don't do... See, the VG10 is deeper. And it's probably because how this is actually made, the H1, versus this being made. This is... The production of H1 is completely different than production of regular steels. And even the hardening of the edge is completely done when this thing is built. It's not done when it's a piece of metal. Like, it's a very interesting way of doing things for a steel, and I really find that interesting. And if you want to know, just look it up. There's a lot to read about it, and Spyderco is probably the best place to read on it. But I hope I gave a good detailed look on the H1, because people have never really, and I was like, is it like a stamp? Is it like an etch? And it's a very faint etch. The strongest etch I can see on this is actually the maker's mark. It's deeper than everything else. Excuse me. So, also I find that in a guided sharpening system, this is going to be able to be locked in better than this one, because when you have this locked in, you could have it turn that way, or you could have it turn that way. But when this is actually locked in, you have two flat sides that prevent it from going either way, and I feel like you're going to have a more consistent edge on this. And I feel like this is going to be easier to keep up than this one to keep up. But I thought you guys would enjoy seeing the comparison on these. A few real quick notes. Titanium pocket clip versus steel pocket clip. Yes, this is titanium, and that's pretty nice, but I would definitely say, for me, I like the H1 more. So I thought you guys would enjoy seeing a comparison here. And also, before I even forget, I have rounded off the edges of the opening hole with a round ceramic rod. And it gave a very nice polished chamfered edge on both of these. So that's something to definitely take care of when you get these. So if you guys like this video, let me know in the comments. And if you have one of these knives, let me know how it's been performing. Thank you guys so much for joining me on a very short video. I hope you liked it. And if you did, subscribe. I really enjoyed talking to you guys about knives. Thank you guys again. And wherever you may be, night or day, I hope you have a great one.